If the machine of government is of such a nature that it requires you to be an agent of injustice to another, then I say break the law. This is a statement by Henry David Thoreau. It perfectly symbolizes what India is going through right now. For those who have been paying attention, it is no secret that the Indian state and its judiciary have more or less announced a war on Hindu festivals, more so on Diwali. Firecrackers, which have historically been an essential part of Diwali celebrations and which in contemporary times support a massive domestic industry in India, are suddenly being declared a taboo. Firecrackers are being banned. People are being told what firecrackers to buy and what not to. Hell, Indians are being dictated the time slot on Diwali during which firecrackers can be burst. Hi and welcome. You're watching TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Piyush, and in this video I will tell you why PM Modi needs to step up and act against those snatching Diwali away from Hindus. If this is not the state's authority overarching upon citizens, one really does not know what is. And the saddest part really is that this assault on India's firecracker industry is coming at a time when Prime Minister Narendra Modi is at the helm of affairs, who has in the past identified himself as a Hindu nationalist. The Supreme Court on Friday clarified that there is no total ban on use of firecrackers and only those firecrackers which contain barium salts are prohibited. The Supreme Court also asserted that celebration cannot be at the cost of others' health. It said under the guise of celebration, no one can be permitted to infringe upon the right to health of others, guaranteed under Article 21 of the Constitution of India, and that nobody can be permitted to play with the life of others, more particularly the senior citizens and children. This comes in the backdrop of the Supreme Court suddenly acknowledging the fact that stubble burning in Punjab and Haryana was the main reason for the air quality in North India and particularly the national capital deteriorating. The Supreme Court on Thursday, while hearing an application alleging violation of the order banning the use of certain chemicals by the manufacturers, observed the issue of firecrackers is only for the time being. But the main matter related to stubble burning is pending and we haven't got the time to deal with that. After vacations, we'll hear that issue too. Earlier, as reported by TFI, the Central Pollution Control Board had given a clean check to firecrackers that are an essential part of festivals of Diwali and Dussehra, refusing to hold them responsible for the deterioration of the air quality that has now become the norm of the national capital, New Delhi. The Central Pollution Control Board had submitted an affidavit in response to the query posed by the Supreme Court in concern to the effect of the firecrackers ban in NCR region. The board stated the respiratory systems related to symptoms and signs were not much different during pre and post Dussehra and Diwali. Although there was some increase in cough and breathlessness, but this did not translate into any significant illness requiring immediate medical attention. Other system related complaints were also not much during the pre and post Dussehra and Diwali. Despite the Supreme Court clarifying that it has not banned all firecrackers and that green crackers are permitted to be used, the Calcutta High Court decided to take the matters in its own hands. Calcutta High Court has banned the use of all forms of firecrackers, including green crackers, in celebrating the upcoming occasions like Diwali, Kali Puja, Chhath Puja, Christmas, and New Year's Eve. A division bench of the court had the gall to say that only wax or oil-based diyas might be used. The Calcutta High Court has now taken upon itself the task of telling people how they ought to celebrate Diwali. The bench gave primacy to the right to live and citizens' larger interests, choosing to overlook small interests of those dependent on the firecracker industry. The order cited the pandemic situation, which is getting marginally worse by the day, and the fact that even moderate air quality index can have severe difficulties for people suffering from respiratory problems. It is not known whether Calcutta High Court paid any heed to the report by the Central Pollution Control Board before deciding to tell people how to celebrate Diwali. It is high time Prime Minister Narendra Modi rises to the occasion and overrides all these nonsensical, lousy and discriminatory orders both by courts and state governments and make it clear that Indians have the right to celebrate Diwali as they deem fit. India's firecracker industry is estimated to be around 5,000 crore rupees, with the majority of production in Sivakasi in Tamil Nadu. This industry should not be destroyed at the behest of liberals wanting to dampen the festive cheer of Indians around Diwali. The Modi government should bring in an ordinance that declares that all Indians will be allowed to use firecrackers as they deem fit on Diwali and all upcoming festivals. If people are not allowed to celebrate festivals freely, one can simply not gauge the discontent which will set in, and the BJP will end up suffering in a big manner. Immediate corrective measures are the need of the hour.